Hey, good morning, family. Reginald Martin here, and just was going to get out on my walk today, but it's threatening rain, so I'll probably just wait a little bit and go do my walk, let the rain kind of pass by. But while I'm doing that, uh, I thought that I'd talk with you guys. So today I wanted to talk about the idea of Halloween. So that's going to be here real soon. So, the idea of Halloween is really interesting, and I'm like just so fascinated by this stuff. But the idea that, and what I'm going to do is just help you kind of pierce the veil of really a lot of things that we've been taught negatively about the idea is really that ended up making us not even really like check it out, you know. So this is what I found as I researched this stuff. But basically, so this holiday that is or this festival day that is Halloween coincides with the uh, four major festivals of in pagan years. Okay, so we know two of those festivals as well. We celebrated them as Christians. They were pagan festival holidays back in the day, but we celebrate Christmas and Easter as one, as two of them, and then Halloween was another one, and I forget right now what the other one was. And it had to do with the summer solstice. Okay, so when the sun is at its highest point. Okay, but the sun, in this instance, the sun becomes an archetype for the journey of the soul in the physical. Okay, into the physical world. So when the sun, so at Halloween, the sun. Well, no, let me back up. In September, we have the summer, the autumn equinox. Okay, and this is the point when the sun and the days and nights are equal. Okay, so on that particular day, September 21st, the days and nights are equal. Okay, so that's what the equinox means. So it's about the how the sun, the days and the nights are. So 12 hours of day, 12 hours of night. But this is also symbolically when the sun merges into the physical. And Halloween is actually 40 days after the 21st. Okay, so September 21st. So it's on October 31st. Well, that starts to commemorate when the nights are longer than the days. Okay, so leading from the autumn equinox, the days are equal to nights. But then as it goes later into the year, the nights start to get longer. We could just look at it that way. The nights start to get longer. Okay, so so this is also commemorating, or symbolically it also means that and this is, understand that these ideas have more than one meaning. So they man, there's this if you've ever watched the movie Contact, and this guy found the primer, as they call it, the primer, which basically helped you understand like the stuff that the ancients, or that these aliens sent these messages. But the primer helped you like understand what all the messages was. It was like a help you decode it. Well, the primer had a way of it had different layers of meaning that you had to figure out, and when that guy figured that out, then they could figure out the code and how to build what they built. Okay, well, that's kind of how esoteric knowledge is. You have to have a primer, in a sense, to understand the multiple layers of the knowledge that's being expressed. Okay, but the 40 days is symbolic in a way of the 40-week gestation of a fetus. Okay, or a baby that is going to be born. Okay, that's one level. But 40 days means that the embryo is developing. Okay, so from the 21st to the 21st of September to the 31st of October, symbolically, the soul is gestating. Okay, and this is where in the Bible it says John the Baptist prepared the way for Jesus. Okay, and in this sense, John the Baptist was being baptized into the physical world. Okay, at the equinox, and as John the Baptist was developing, okay, then he was preparing the way for Jesus. All right, so that's just another layer, another way to look at that. But John, what's the scripture? John chapter 3 verse 30. I must decrease as he must increase, or something like this. It's one way or the other. But the Halloween, the word itself means it comes from the ancient. If you look up the definition of hallow, okay, it means saintly or honored. So you are honoring somebody like in these hallowed halls of justice, or but it commemorates, or it's talking about somebody that's revered, or people that's revered. So in the Christian tradition, it was the saints. Halloween was actually Hallow Eve. Okay, Hallow Eve to what? Okay, so have we heard of All Saints Day, which is what, November 1st? Okay, so if you're in the Catholic tradition, you've probably heard of All Saints Day. In the Protestant tradition, I don't remember celebrating, and that's why I grew up Protestant, but I don't remember celebrating All Saints Day. But there might be some connection to it. Somebody help me if it is, okay? But November 1st is All Saints Day. October 31st is Halloween. So it is the commemoration of the soul in this sense, the journey of the soul in this sense, where it now on November 1st, the soul is ready to basically start to interact in the physical world in a sense, okay, or is prepared now. But in Christianity, or in the Catholicism of Christianity, we're taught that All Saints Day is about the saints that have been here and before and stuff like that. But that's the underlying pagan meaning of Halloween. Okay, so but the other parts is like so when at the equinox, and this is a trip. It's kind of wild. But at the autumn equinox is actually the crucifixion. Okay? So, and stay with me here. Crucifixion actually is from the ancient perspective of the soul dying. Okay? And in this sense, the soul doesn't, die like we do physical and cease to exist. At the crucifixion, the soul loses its omnipotent awareness, and in ancient times that meant death. Okay, so it was the death of its knowledge of itself and its awareness of what it was. Okay, and you can see this time track even in the crosses. Okay, so there's 3 crosses that we know of in the Western world, which is the Latin cross, where you have the long, point, the long part, and then the top part has the cross going across. That's the summer solstice. Okay, that represents the summer solstice. And then you have the Greek cross, which looks like a plus sign. Both the horizontal and the vertical line are equal. Okay, so it looks like a plus sign. That's the Greek cross. Then you have St. Peter's cross, which St. Peter's cross is what people call the upside down cross, or the satanic cross. I guess if you want to connect it to satanic, you can, but in actuality, it means the winter solstice. Okay, who was supposedly born at the winter solstice? Okay, so if you look at the holidays, your people might not know it, but on December 22nd is the winter solstice. The sun dies for 3 days and then is born again on the 25th. Okay, there's a whole lot more meaning to that, but that's the meaning of St. Peter's cross. Okay. Hey family, I started out on my walk, but had just an idea that came to mind about St. Peter's cross, and a deeper meaning for it was that Jesus said that on this rock I will build my church or temple or whatever it might be. But in this case, the rock is actually about matter, okay? You merging into matter. If you look up the name Peter, it is connected back to the Greek word Petra, which means rock. Okay, Christ said, "On this rock I'll build my church." Okay, and if you go back farther, Peter equals Ptah. Okay, the Egyptian letter Ptah. Okay, Peter, Ptah. Ptah is the Egyptian letter that forms matter. Okay, so solidity, the rock, blah blah blah. Okay, all right, family. So all of these little like connections, when you really get into it, family, it really starts to pierce the veil of a lot of this stuff that we were taught, stuff that we were taught to fear. Okay. And of course we were taught to fear the zodiac, but really the zodiac is really partitioning the journey of the sun. Okay. So the summer and the equinoxes and the solstices are 4 points in the sky. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 in the sky. Okay, and each point. So, but it partitions the journey of the soul into the physical. The autumn equinox, when the soul goes into the physical world, it merges with our animal body. So the ancients taught that we are part animal and part God. Okay. But the soul's job is to raise our animal instincts from being totally unaware or dead about who it is, because ultimately we as a physical body are an extension of the soul, but we just forget who we are. Okay, we forget that we are souls in human form. Okay. But the idea is that the soul is going to raise the awareness of that animal aspect of ourselves. Okay, that instinct. Okay, that the animalistic part of us. Okay, we're going to become more aware. All right. So in that sense, at the equinox, the soul merges with the animal part, and this is also an aspect of Ma'at. Okay, where you meet at the balance, okay, because the equinox is a balance. That's just a natural aspect of Ma'at, balancing. All right, but I was going somewhere with that. Let me remember where I was going with that, about the raising and the animal aspect. Where was I going with that? Anyway, I was going at that. So one of the other parts is that I also at the equinox, the autumn equinox and the crucifixion, that's when the Son of God dies. It's the idea that the soul sacrifices its awareness in order to merge with the animalistic aspect of ourselves to bring it to up its level of awareness. Okay, so all of these things, and you've got the framework of it in Christianity, but a lot of times it's been used and turned against us to make it something negative. Okay, because we're now as Christians, we're supposed to live and be. We were supposed to sacrifice ourselves and, to be a sacrificial lamb and, and all of this stuff. That's what the idea of Jesus as the crucifixion is that he sacrificed himself for humanity. Well, on some level, the soul did sacrifice itself for humanity, but it wasn't about one special individual. It's about all of us as souls. That's what we do when we incarnate on earth. Okay? Our soul sacrificed to merge in with us, or to be with us, so that we could develop knowledge of self and our higher self. Okay? So that's where these ideas come from. So we'll hear the language and the lingo, but if you think of Jesus as a physical being, a historical being, everything is reversed, family. Okay? So these ideas were about the journey of the soul into the physical, not from the physical. So at the winter solstice, where supposedly Jesus is born, it's actually when the soul becomes aware, starts to first become aware of its higher self. Now, if you're linguistically into this knowledge, you'll find that the idea of the word Jesus didn't exist until like the 1500s, still the 15th century, okay? Before then, it was an I. All right, so you didn't have Jesus, you had or a Y. You had either Yehusa, which is the ancient Egyptian aspect of it, that turned into Yeshua, okay, that end up becoming Jesus. But if you think about just the shape of the letter J, it is a line, and then you go up, okay? So it's to turn up. So that's how they came to denote the name of Jesus, okay, with that J. It starts to turn up towards now it being more aware of itself. It's not there totally, okay? So it becomes totally aware through the journey at Easter, which is Easter let's see, Easter is the summer, oh no. Easter is the spring equinox, okay? Or is it the solstice? No. Yeah, it's an equinox. It's an equinox. I get them all mixed up, okay? Y'all forgive me if I don't get my science right here. But at any rate, it is the point where now the soul is reborn into the world back into the metaphysical world and aware of itself, okay? But that also doubles as the journey of us becoming aware too, because it has two meanings and two levels. So we can look at it symbolically totally from the perspective of the soul, and we can look at it symbolically as our level of awareness as we journey through our life. Okay. So the reborn or rebirth or the resurrection is symbolically the idea that the soul, the ancient symbolic idea that the soul actually resurrected back into the soul world. Okay. All right. So that's the journey. It's just essentially, family, it's the journey of the sun, and Halloween itself actually meant that it was the eve of All Saints Day, the eve of the hallowed saints. Okay, and the reason why people use masks and stuff like that is that the grotesque mask represent the idea of all the grotesque things that we go through in life. Okay, so in our animalistic life, so you know the funny faces, the animal faces, and stuff like that. It represents the journey or our being is in our animalistic forms. So that's one of the reasons why masks and stuff are used at Halloween. Okay, it's now that the soul has put on its human robe, okay, or its human garment. Okay, you probably heard these ideas around Adam, you know, and his garment and stuff like that, robes and, you know, different things. But the robes just simply are an idea about our physical existence or even our levels of awareness. Okay, so that's where Halloween comes from. That's what it means. So it's the journey of the sun. Symbolically, it is the idea of us merging into our physical selves, okay, at the autumn equinox. And then Halloween is 40 days after September 21st, which is the autumn equinox. They probably might have changed that to the 22nd nowadays, but it was in the beginning. It was the 21st. It was exactly 40 days. And the number 40 has the meaning of really about transformation, okay? About 40 days, for transforming one from a symbolic perspective. The fetus was transforming into the physical being of a baby. Okay, so that's one way to look at that. But again, just many different levels, and I'm just hitting on a lot of different things, so I'm kind of all over the place here. But that's basically the idea of Halloween, and so it is the hallowed commemoration of the saints. The reverence or the revered the eve of All Saints Day. Halloween is Hallow Eve. Okay, hallowed Eve. That's another way to say it. And again, I think back of, and it's just I just get these words as hallowed. Okay, I've heard somebody talk about the hallowed halls of justice, because I never thought of in terms of Halloween as hallowed. Okay, Halloween. Okay, but change a little name or change a little pronunciation, and the connection just like bloop, it makes sense. Okay, all right, family. So that's it. So Halloween, just kind of giving you a little bit of knowledge about the meaning to help pierce the veil. Again, it always has answered a lot of questions for me. So that's what this knowledge does, and I hope it helps someone, like connect some dots. And if I missed something, and family, believe me, there's no way I could tell you everything in a 20-minute video. It's impossible, okay, in 20 minutes. But I could just touch on a lot of stuff, and it's not as organized as normal, as my other videos, faceless videos. But I just thought this one was really important, that the knowledge is just out there, so to help us and help all of us. Okay, all right, family. So again, y'all have an amazing day, and it looks like the sun is coming out of the clouds. So I'm gonna go and head on my walk. All right, family. Bye bye.